In It's All a Lie news submitted by Beanboy, here are 15 irrefutable reasons why we might be living in a simulation.
Oh, tell me the details. I've been saying I feel like I'm living in GTA.
Right? Like Elon Musk's beliefs.
Yes.
Boze, nothing from you? You're not?
I want to hear.
You want to hear? You're ready. Okay, so
Conspiracy Boze time.
15 irrefutable reasons. I'm gonna start with the light. I'm gonna start light.
I'm gonna try to refute them then.
Okay, try to refute them.
15.
So the Mandela effect. You all heard of this?
Yeah.
Yes.
I brought it up before, but yeah. So people remember vividly Nelson Mandela dying in the 1980s when he really died in 2013, and they're like, how do people remember him dying in the 80s? So they think that this is proof of that we might be like having parallel crossovers, or who's ever in charge of the simulation is changing the past.
It's like, fuck a typo. I'm in 2013.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the same thing as the Bernstein bear things.
Yeah, the bears, exactly.
Yes,
Or
that fucking
Kazam.
flipped me out.
Kazam.
Yeah, Kazam, that movie, that's right. Or wait, was it Shaz?
Oh, Shazam.
Shazam.
Yeah.
Was it Shazam?
But
No,
then
because
people
Kazam
were
is
saying
the streaming thing, isn't it?
And it was like
I don't know.
It was like a Nickelodeon show, I think, maybe. But yeah, you're talking about Sinbad being a genie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that never happened. You remember Sinbad being a genie in a movie?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never happened.
I don't remember that.
What?
what movie?
Yeah.
That came out when I was like in junior high or like elementary school. Sinbad was never in a movie?
No, Shaq was for sure a genie.
In Shazam.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
Shazam.
Yeah.
So do people think Sinbad is?
Ever remember
Sinbad was like a security for like the first boy.
He was
the first son.
security, but he was never a genie.
Wait, he's not hanging with Mr. Cooper, is he?
No.
Oh, that's another guy.
He's Sinbad from the show.
Yeah, he was a genie.
No, he wasn't.
What?
No, he was never a genie.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I can't refute this first one.
Okay, number 2, missing aliens. So we have spent billions sending probes through outer space, and like we probably should have found evidence of extraterrestrials by now. You'd think, like out
Yeah.
of all of the planets and stars and stuff out there.
Probability-wise, yeah.
But then they think, well, aliens would likely be far more technologically advanced than we are.
And they find us.
Yeah, or they figured out how to escape from us. Or the computer that we're in only has enough RAM to simulate one planetary civilization at a time.
I could refute this one.
You could refute this one.
So this one, the reason why some people feel like we can't see other aliens is so in our visual spectrum, it goes from ultraviolet to infrared, right? We can only see the things that are above ultraviolet and then below ultraviolet and above infrared. So if other beings are existing in different forms, we don't have the technology to spot
see them.
And if they're existing in the infrared form, they're not gonna be able to see us.
So we could all
why
be
do we-
coexisting and not seeing each other.
In different dimensions?
Why
In
do
the
we
same
crash
dimension.
into each
In the
other?
same dimension.
Why do I
Because
never
we're not
bump
made of
into
the
stuff?
same things.
But why do we always say that the aliens have higher technology? Why can't they be the dumb ones?
They could. They could be.
And we have like the
No, 'cause
dope
we're
shit.
dumb.
What if aliens are like little tiny babies that need to be protected?
Could be. But
That would be cute.
they figured out how to get here with intergalactic space travel. We have not figured out how to get there, according
Or
to
they've
Bob
always
Lazar.
been here.
If they're cute babies that need to be protected, they'll be our pets.
Yeah, some people think they're living in the ocean.
I bet.
Oh,
we
I
can't
for
even
sure-
go in there.
There's some for sure things that we still don't know everything that's in the ocean.
No, we have not traveled to the
We're
depths
still
of the ocean.
finding new things in the ocean. I'm like, nah,
Bro,
there's
you
some
ever
crazy
seen pictures
shit
of
in there.
that shit down in Challenger Deep?
Yup.
I remember that.
They
from
look
school.
like aliens.
They're all
Yeah.
smashed.
That shit is crazy.
Dude, if the ocean got drained, it would be scary as fuck.
Yeah.
They've done that.
Yeah.
There's episodes where they'll like drain it and it shows you what it looks like, and it's just like volcanic looking scary ass rocks and shit.
Well, no, and like crazy monsters.
And the monsters are all smashed and ugly with noses.
If there was hell on Earth, it's the deep sea.
You mean Challenger Deep?
Okay,
Number 3.
Bart.
The Mariana Trench deep.
You're gonna like this one, Bart. Okay, put your science hat on. So I think this one's actually really interesting. I've heard it before. The electrons can't make up their minds. So in physics,
know
they
this
did
one.
this experiment where electrons are fired at a photosensitive screen through slits in a copper plate, usually producing an interference pattern that indicates wave-like behavior. But when the same experiment is conducted under observation, so us looking at it, electrons behave like particles, not waves, and there's no interference pattern. So some people have taken this to mean that our simulation is conserving its resources, rendering certain things only when it knows that we're looking at them.
Like a game.
Wild.
Yeah.
Like right now,
So that donut's not a donut until I look at that donut. So like trees over there aren't trees.
So it's like your friend going like this, and the minute you look at them, they're like,
Oh, I'm looking at it, so there is.
damn.
Yeah,
So if a tree does fall in the forest and no one's there to see it,
it doesn't exist.
it didn't fall.
Didn't fall because it wasn't even a tree.
Damn, that's
But what if a bird was observing it?
Then it would fall.
Yeah, I hate that tree stuff, man.
Unless
I'm like,
no
it's
one
for
was
sure
observing a
noise. It's
bird.
like, well, you're not there. You can't see it. You
Yeah,
can't
it's
hear it.
like a computer that doesn't have enough RAM. So when we're looking, like if we're not like going in that direction, it's like pixelated until we see it, and then it starts like appearing.
Yeah.
So like in science, they go, nothing's impossible. It's just we haven't had the knowledge to determine what has happened there yet.
Yeah.
So with my very basic science hat, it could be, I don't know what type of vacuum they're observing it in, but it could be every time you're coming, because everyone has ionic force. So it could be when they come, the ions that are coming off their body is determining the waves, and then when they go away, there's no more waves. Because like everyone has some sort of magnetic force in them because of electrons and protons. But that's just me thinking at like a first grader level, where I'm sure they've already considered these things, but there's some, from I guess if they
Well, all the
studied
first graders have definitely considered this.
Imagine you just said that, and people are like, "Oh fuck, why didn't we think of that?"
I know, right? They're like, whoa, wait, what? Duh.
It would be opposite. When they're close, it behaves like a particle, and then when they're away, it's like waves.
There's another experiment that they did where they would shoot protons up against this fucking like wall, and then when no one was looking, it would be randomized. But then when people started to observe, it would shoot it directly in a straight line.
I don't know nothing about protons or Elons and all that kind of stuff.
She's ready for number 4.
Okay,
She's ready for number
how about this?
Okay.
Bose? So number 4, DNA that contains a computer virus. So in 2017. Yeah.
What?
A multidisciplinary group of researchers at the University of Washington proved that they could embed malicious computer code into physical strands of DNA. Their aim was to show that computers working in gene sequencing were vulnerable to attack, but then they also inadvertently revealed that what we perceive to be biological reality was in fact computer code all along.
That's why I say that AIDS was invented.
Sure.
Wait, so they put this virus in, and then now the human has a virus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not the human, but the DNA code, because that's not in a human.
Oh.
It was an individual DNA.
So you could just be driving, just randomly out loud, just say an ad.
yeah.
pop up just
yeah, they
comes
could
up.
if they put it in there, like they hacked
Purple mattress.
They
Why
hacked
did I
their
just
DNA.
say
That's crazy.
some fucking virus in
I don't
there?
like this. I'm scared.
Appreciate you, Jeff.
The more they study DNA though, the more they believe everything has already been predetermined. Because there's these things called like your DNA it's separated into all these things called like codons, which are like three sets of like DNA at a time, and they kind of predict how long your hair is gonna grow, your eye color, and all that.
That's why 23andMe could be like, you are not good at
So
push-ups.
my DNA predicted that one day I will smoke crack rock.
Well, they won't. So
Or
they won't.
addicted.
So
You
they
have
won't. They won't. They
prone to
won't.
addiction.
It's not like.
You have freedom of choice.
Yeah, it won't be. Well, the more they study, the more they realize that there's not freedom of choice, because they think it's predetermined. So how they do it is like first, it's how prone are you to your like how strong your mental health is. Then how prone are you to be able to withstand your environmental.
But Bart, what if I'm an old soul?
What do you mean?
I'm an old soul. I got freedom of choice.
You still have choice.
Yeah. What?
But then the choices might be between crack and meth instead. Like you're gonna do drugs anyway.
Yeah, but they're saying like it could be so predetermined that as you're living it, you don't even know that you actually don't even have a choice. Like it's supposed to be.
Like
wait,
your old
like
soul's
Oh yeah, I'll prove to you.
It's like in Donnie Darko, where like everyone has that strand, and like you're already predetermined to do those things.
yeah, like you're
know why you said
predetermined to be you're predetermined to be 6'6", which is gonna make you good at basketball, but because you have like weak tendons, you are gonna get injured, and when you get injured, now you are gonna start this new foundation. Like it's kind of like in like that type of stream of consciousness.
Oh, it's like the
So-
pattern.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like everything's already predetermined.
Right? It's like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Anyway, okay,
Well, I
so
guess I'm better not work on anything then.
no.
And they would have said that we already predetermined you weren't gonna work on anything at 35.
Yeah.
So
That's what they. That's.
this is the only one that I'm like, I don't know about. Maybe you could fill me in, Bart. But 5, climate change. How convenient. Our civilization is just coincidentally set on the cusp of environmental chaos, suggesting we could be an ancestor simulation created in hopes that we'd show our creators how to solve an energy crisis. This theory overlaps slightly with the aliens as simulation quitters theory above. If we found an innovative solution to climate crisis, extraterrestrial beings might return to crib the results.
but our climate hasn't always been this way. It developed into what we have.
That's the only one I'm like.
That's stupid because during the dinosaur era, the climate was way different.
Yeah, like we didn't have an ozone layer. There's just volcanoes, and then we had to create our ozone layer. So like, it's the climate has been changing and it will keep changing.
Yeah, it's been changing, fool.
So, number 6, video games that look like real life. So Elon Musk is a believer in
Well, he's an alien already.
simulation hypothesis. Yeah.
I don't even know what his accent
If he was
is.
an alien, I don't think he'd be so scared of AI.
Okay, he's
I never heard a South African accent like that.
You never heard Belle Delphine? Gave me girl bathwater.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like Elon though.
So basically, he believes in Nick Bostrom's simulation hypothesis, which posts that if humanity can survive long enough to create technology capable of running convincing simulations of reality, it will create many such simulations, and therefore there will be lots of simulated realities and only one base reality, which makes it statistically not fathomable that we are the base reality.
Ready Player One.
Yeah.
I want it to be like that episode of Black Mirror where I die and they plug me in and I get to just live in my fantasy world. I want
that'd
that.
be cool.
Like,
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
that'd be cool.
You
Do
get
you
to
know
live
that
on
you're in
an
your fantasy world? Like, do you know that you died? Or you're just completely oblivious and that's just your new reality? Because that's awesome.
Yeah, they upload your mind to paradise.
Oh, you're talking about the Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it paradise specifically for you, like your paradise? Oh, nice.
And you get to look
Inception.
however you want, and you can like, yeah, I want that.
You know what? You know what sucks though? If we are in a simulation, man, if we really are, they could have done a lot better job. Like fuck. It kind of sucks if you think about it, right? Like God, like 90% of us are like losers, and then 10% are like actually killing it at life. But then you don't even know. Like most of them are also depressed too. So it's like, the fuck is going on?
I feel like we're all like able to create the simulation though. Like we have the power. That's what like manifestation.
That's what the
and all that
10%
stuff
are
is.
controlling. They don't want
so
us to
like
do that.
you're able to have that power, but a lot of people don't know that they have that power to create a better reality for themselves.
All right,
Because
Nikki Limo for president.
But it's actually in here that like because they did this study which
That's true. Anything I wanted and imagined, I got.
Yeah.
Wow, you didn't really have big imagination, huh?
Yeah,
The law of attraction is actually a computer code.
that's true. All I said was,
I want a fur coat.
yeah.
Okay, so I don't see where it is in here, but basically,
I
like
just want that
they
from
brought up the
IKEA.
the gold and white dress, then the black and blue dress
Yeah.
thing. How everyone saw a different thing, which
Yeah.
proves that we all see a different reality.
Right.
We like
That
based
just
on
proves we have-
pre-programming.
Our eyes take in different light.
Yeah, because that's just like someone going, I like peanut butter, and someone going, that tastes like shit.
Yeah,
Okay, Nikki,
That's
what's
just
the
perception.
What's the best thing on the list?
it's not actually possible to prove we're not living in a simulation.
I like to just think so.
Duh.
Yeah. So it's easier to prove that we're living in a simulation than to prove that we're not.
You know what helps me though? It makes me feel like I don't take life too serious because I'm like, it's just a game.
Yeah.
Don't get mad. Why get mad? It's just a game.
Don't hate
Yeah.
the player.
Yeah. Hate the game.
Hate the game.
There's so much death. It's just a game. Shut up.
You get like you have extra lives like Mario.
They respond.
That's where reincarnation came from. So Asians already came up with that shit from the beginning. That's a reset button.
That's an Asian thing.
Yeah.